Hey everybody, it's Roland the Real from Complete Trader Academy again with another daily review. US 30 Dow Jones. This is Friday, October 14, 2022. Let's jump right into it here. I'm going to start with the daily here. And here's what we had today. So we thought that price would keep running up, which it did. Opened up and took out this high, which it did the previous day yesterday, and then it took out this high, which this was the previous day of Thursday the 6th, took out that high, and I assumed that it was going to take out this major high, which is the previous day of that, and take out the liquidity above here and kind of run up more from the news, but it was kind of a soft day, more on the bearish side, apparently. So, and once it did that, it came back down and then settled here. I thought I was going to come and touch this previous day, which would have been the 12th, Wednesday. I thought I would have hit that high just to seal up the imbalance and not create an imbalance. But now there is an imbalance. So we are going to mark our charts. And we now have a new imbalance. And so you can kind of see how I'm, marking the chart daily as it goes and all that, right? All right, so now we're good there. So in between here and here is a daily imbalance. When the price opens up on Monday, I'm assuming that it's just going to come down and fill that up and then maybe keep continuing. Because now what we have is see, look how close it got to taking out that high, but it didn't. It took out this high, but it didn't take out this high. So now we got pretty much equal highs here. So a lot of liquidity sitting here, a little, obviously way too clean. And then if you recall previous video, we have the lows here, too clean as well. So they got us boxed in here, money sitting above or below. I believe they did that so they can kind of bring price to an equilibrium and kind of probably consolidate for a little bit. It's going to probably either range up for another drive coming up here, coming into this imbalance like as the main goal. If it doesn't reach, it's fine. Then we're going to come down and take objectives below as we discussed. So, and this line here, there's a gap here on 2020, November, I believe. And the money sitting under here. So definitely objectives on both sides, obviously. Let's break it down to a smaller time frame here. Let's go to a 30, just so you can see. Actually, let's go to a 1 hour. Just so you can see kind of what was going on while the price opened up here. Price opened up, rallied up, came down, took out these lows, used it as fuel, came up, came down. Could have been a buyer here, came up, but this was obviously, real early in the morning. Came up, so when price was coming up, it took out this high, which was the high of Friday. You can see it more clear. And then price got close during the Asian session today, and then didn't make it, but I knew it would hit it. So then came up, rallied, hit that. So took that high and then filled up this imbalance here. See that? And then didn't break this high. So now if it didn't break that high, it's all game to keep going bearish as well, because we didn't down here, we didn't take this low, we didn't take this high. So you're really in the middle consolidating. The bias is both. But technically on a larger scale, this bias is still bearish. I mean, it's still bearish. It didn't break this high. Even if it came up here, it would still be bearish, because the only way you're not going to be bearish anymore is if you take out this lower high, which is not going to happen. I don't see that happening. So you're going to be bearish for a very long time unless you start breaking this lower high. So until that's broken, you're still bearish. So yeah, you can get a counter trend coming up here and all that, but if it doesn't break that high, you're still bearish. All right, so let's go down to a 1 minute, because that's That's where all the magic happened today. Bigger time frames is very difficult to deal with. All right, so I'm going to zoom in just so we can start here. So yeah, price opened up 9:30 around here, started coming up, came up and didn't take out this high right there. See that? So didn't take it up. So that's a failure swing. So when I started seeing this break down, I was like, okay, we're not going higher. We broke here. We broke this level here, and then we came back up. I hate when they do that. So we came, I'm going to just hover over here so you can see my cursor vertically. So price came up here, came up, right there, stopped. See that? And that was where I was waiting for a sell. Why? Because I have confluence here. Let's zoom in. We have this imbalance here, and then we have this previous price candle, this low that it created was acting as a supply block. So I can't get into too much detail into this. That's for any private mentorship type of students. But for now, I'm just trying to get the video and let you know kind of an overall what's happening. So if I look, but watch, I'll show you the precision. If you look at the high of this candle, what is the high of this candle? It is 32.94. All right. And then the low of this candle is 32.94. See that? That's precision. When I do my analysis and when I'm looking for trades, I'm looking for precision. So price smacked that level. It's very obvious in a way, but I mean, I'm just used to it. I've seen it for so many years, but eventually one day you'll get there, right? If you're a new student. And then price came down and came back up again. So then it tested it again. So no drawdown at all. I put my stop loss above the highest high is generally how I do it. Not all the time. It's usually above the candle I'm dealing with. If it goes higher than that candle, then it wasn't the trade I'm looking for anyway. I want to be out of that. But anyways, yeah, so it retested twice, still was a go. Price, sure enough, started coming down, broke here, came down. Once it did that, it retraced. I'm looking for another trade. I'm looking to get back into a new supply block, which was right here. Price came up, caught a little bit of drawdown, not too much. And price came up and entered this supply block. And I knew, I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so you can see. This was the goal here when I'm taking these trades. I knew that we were going to come down to an equilibrium. This is the 50 right here. Obviously, this is yesterday's news that dropped and then rallied up. But major, it was one-sided of a market, so I knew that it would come down. This is a major demand block here, so I knew that it would kind of come in and but it got really close here. If you see that, if you see my cursor, it came down. I was assuming it would come at the minimum here, which it probably still will, and it might even come a little bit lower here, somewhere in between this area, this high probability zones on the fib, right? But it didn't, so it's okay. But you know, still a great trade, still great trades, a lot of points. Then we caught this trade here, as I explained, came back into here, came down, broke up here, coming in to take out the liquidity sitting above here, because there's people selling here, suckered them, right? Came, and the objective was to get into this imbalance. See this candle right here? It was not balanced here, right? So a very good high probability area in this area would be for price to come and take out these highs, whoever's selling here, come up here, balance the price, and get above this candle, which it did. And then on top of that, it's hitting this supply block. And look at this. Look how perfect this is. Look, people don't see that. All the way over here, this was also a low. So when the price came down and broke it, this became a big demand block. I'm sorry, a big supply block. So if I took at the low, look at the low of this candle. Low is 30044. Look at the high of this candle, 30045. So up 1 point, so that means it hit it perfectly and then sold off. That is major precision. People aren't seeing that on the 1 minute, but you have to know what you're looking for. If you're used to this, you'll see something like that, or you'll be looking for something like that. So I'll zoom back out, and then the price settled here, and then that's pretty much it. So now we got this imbalance sitting in here. Go back to the daily chart. And this is where we are as of Friday. So Monday, I assume that it's going to come down, push down a little bit, balance the price in between this range. And then from there, it's anybody's opinion of where it's going to go. Can it keep going and just take out these lows? Yes. Could it consolidate for a while? Yes. Could it take this imbalance and then rise up for the higher objection? Sure. So you're going to have to, I've been sticking to the 1 minute. I am a scalper, and I'm a swing trader and a scalper pretty much. But your guess is as good as mine. So, all right, I hope this helped. Take care. Have a good weekend, everyone. God bless. Take care.